If you're wondering how to record and categorize refunds and returns, you're in the right place. In this quick 3-minute tutorial, I'll show you exactly how to do it step by step and the best way to stay organized so you can manage these transactions like a pro. Stick around till the end to learn a quick hack to make your life even easier, and I'll also tell you how to access an exclusive free trial of the software I'll be using today, only for viewers of this channel. To start, let's talk about the basics. When you process refunds and returns, it's crucial to record these transactions properly for both your financials and your inventory. The first thing you need to do is identify the refund or return in your system. If you're using accounting software, go into your transactions section and search for the specific return or refund. The key here is to make sure that the refund is linked to the correct order so you can track it accurately. Once you've found the refund or return, you'll need to categorize it correctly. This is important for tax purposes and for keeping your financial reports accurate. You should have a category for refunds and returns in your chart of accounts. If you're using a simple accounting system or software, look for an option to categorize it as sales returns and allowances. This will keep your sales numbers clear and will also provide a record of how much is being refunded. When it comes to the actual entry, ensure you're recording the return amount correctly. This usually involves entering the refunded amount as a negative entry in the sales return category. If you've been using inventory tracking software, you can also update your stock levels here to reflect the return. Next, let's talk about how to keep track of the returns in your inventory system. If you're managing physical products, make sure that any items being returned are logged back into your inventory so you're not short on stock. If you're using a software that handles this automatically, great. But if not, you'll need to manually adjust your stock levels. Doing this step ensures that you're not out of sync with the actual products in hand. Now, here's the trick I promised. If you're doing all of this manually, it can be a real headache, but there's a better way. The software I'm using today allows you to automatically record and categorize refunds and returns without the hassle. You can connect it directly to your payment processors. So every return is logged, categorized, and even matched to the correct inventory levels with just a few clicks. Plus, it has a simple interface that makes it easy to navigate. Now for your key takeaway. Recording and categorizing refunds and returns is critical for accurate financial reporting and inventory management. Make sure you're using the correct categories and linking returns to the correct transactions. Also, remember that the software we use today can make all of this much faster and simpler. As a quick recap, start by finding the refund or return in your system. Categorize it under sales, returns, and allowances, and update your inventory accordingly. If you want to make things even easier, be sure to take advantage of the exclusive free trial in the description below and try the software we use today. It's only available for viewers of this channel, so don't miss out. Thanks for watching.